us a point. And this would eventually be followed by a 1-0 loss to Tranmere, which very much spelled the start of a relatively poor Port Vale month. A great goal by Johnson sealed a point against Scunthorpe, which unfortunately again would be followed by a 1-0 loss to Grimsby, which meant there had been 4 games in a row in which Harrogate had not won. However, after a strong performance against Walsall and a very, very difficult opponent, it was a goal by Jack Lyons which sealed the first 3 points in 5 matches for Harrogate Town. This spelled the start of one of the best series of games Harrogate Town have played in a long, long time. Bolton were no match for Harrogate Town at the start of October, and it was a 3-0 win, the result of initially a wonderful turn and goal by Dido Esmar, followed up by an equally impressive towering header by the diminutive Benjolo. The goalkeeper was nowhere near it, and eventually the game was sealed and 3 points found their way to Harrogate's hands through a very fortunate Manicello goal. After this, a 0-0 draw to Mansfield was followed up by another convincing win after going 1-0 down. Lund, after being changed to a central attacking midfielder by the ASMR medic, at Lund's request, led to his first goal of the season. A wonderful ball by Carradino led to a brilliant finish again by Manicello, who started his best goal-scoring run. A penalty sealed the game on the 83rd minute, Manicello getting his brace, his first of the season, and a 3-1 win. And this was capped in the final minutes by a wonderful, wonderful save by Bamber. The game was followed up by a 0-0 draw to Southend, the result of again a Bamber save from the penalty spot and another cracking save in the latter stages. Bamber with the man of the match in that game. Against Forest Green, Manicello scored his first goal in that game, which led eventually, following a wonderful ball out wide to Dexter Allen and a fortunate bit of play, it was whipped in and an own goal led to an eventual 2-0 win to Harrogate Town. Now the game against Exeter, the final game in October, was one of the best of the season. A wonderful passing bit of play led to another Lions goal, courtesy of Everett's assist, and the ball shuttling across from the left hand side to the right hand side between Hamad, Everett, Lowe, and eventually finding its way to Dexter Allen led to a beautiful finish just before half time. Exeter would pull one back later in the game, but not before Harrogate Town made it almost impossible to catch them. Another wonderful Lund goal sealed his second of the season. Exeter would go on to score 1 goal, as I said, and it was a wonder strike at that. Bamber could do nothing about it, and we'll move on quickly from that. The first game of November was a difficult one to take into consideration. Colchester certainly were not deserving of a point, but it was a very, very difficult penalty to save that Bamber this time was not able to get to. TBT with the only goal. Barrow were able to snatch a point against us as well, and we thought this might be the start of a difficult period of games for us. But it's a wonderful ball from Bell through to Dido that at least got us a point in the end. Then moving on, we were unable to do anything to prevent that goal from going in. On the follow-up, Colchester this time could not get a single shot on target, which was something to be especially proud of. But Ravenal's wonderful assist to Dido Esmar is probably one of the best we've seen and will ever see at the ground. It led to a 1-0 win and put us through to today's second round FA Cup tie against Gillingham. Moving on to Stevenage. Again, another wonderful clean sheet, 2-0, and Dexter Allen with his textbook far post finish eventually led to Everett with a bit of a fortunate finish, deflecting off the defender and going into the top right hand corner, but say, we always make our own luck. Crawley made things difficult for us, going 1-0 up quite early in the game at home, but we have come back from worse positions, and it was Lund's third goal of the season. The bonus level, Benjolo screaming into the penalty area, and on the 63rd minute he made it 2-1. Another wonderful 3 points. Up against Cheltenham, it was Manasela again. He does not miss in front of goal at the moment, does he? And finally, the first goal of the season for Nottingham from the corner. A well-deserved goal for the skipper. It was another wonderful team performance capped by a brilliant goal. And again, Gandalf saving a penalty to prevent the clean sheet from being wiped away. It's a difficult start against Leyton Orient, and we were glad to eventually get a point from it after conceding in the 35th minute. A lovely counter-attack which set Johnson away down the right eventually saw Carradino bursting into the box, who'd finish with aplomb, gaining us at least 1 point for that game. And that wraps up the goals. It was a wonderful period of play for Harrogate Town, which eventually led to 5 goals for Manaselo, 4 goals for Dido, 3 for Lund, 2 apiece for Lyons, Allen and Lowe, and a single goal over 17 games for Nottingham, Everett, Carradino, Timmy T and Johnson. Well, as you can see, it's been an unbelievable past 3 months. The performances have only improved, leaving us in a wonderfully positive position. If things carry on like this, it's perfectly within the realms of possibility that we'll finish in the automatic promotion spots. However, we're confident that even with a slight drop in form, we'll grab ourselves a playoff spot come the end of the season. Now it's time for the big FA Cup game. We'll welcome you back to the show after the match for a more in-depth review of the players and how they've stacked up against each other over the past 5 months. Enjoy the game, lads. Simply put, this is a massive, massive game. Yeah, we're at home, which is an advantage, but we're playing probably the most difficult team we've faced this season and in our new history. Gillingham are in League One and they're doing relatively well. This team, sorry to put it this way guys, but they're better than us at the moment. Man for man, on paper, people are going to say they've got our number. Yeah. So we need to do something else today. We need to put in more effort than we've ever put into a game. You know, we need to really knuckle down and we need to show them why we're not pushovers. Alright, and we're playing our best 11 today because that's what we need to get through this match. Alright, but there are going to be 3 changes due to fitness. Okay, Everett, you've come out for Ravenel. Benjolo, you're coming out, and in place, I'm putting Bell. You guys need a bit of a rest, but Lowe, I know you need a rest, but I'm going to bring you on as a substitute potentially. Okay, and as a result, Everett, you're sitting in the reserves today. It's nothing against you, mate. It's purely due to fitness. Newton, you're coming on for Green. Green, again, you've had an amazing season so far, but you need to sit this one out. In goal, I'm keeping Bamper. You're playing absolutely amazing. The back line picks itself at the moment. Ahmad, Matthias, Nottingham, and Slim Jim. Okay, Manor, Priesh, you guys on the bench, and you may need to come on later. of Carter. On the bench, Lund, Timmy T, Caradinho, Manor, Briash, Lowe and Lines. You guys could make the difference for us today. Guys, like I said, huge match. And you guys need to be at your best. So just go out there and leave nothing in the locker. Okay? Come on guys. I believe we can do this. God, this is an absolutely huge match. I think it could potentially go either way. We are at a disadvantage man to man, and the quality of each player is definitely higher for Gilliam's team, but that doesn't mean that we can't make names for ourselves tonight. Personally, I think we'll be in League One next season. We're playing exceptionally well. Currently sitting in 3rd place in the league. But that doesn't mean Gillingham are going to roll over for us today. We're at home as well, which is an advantage. There are a number of players we need to look out for in the Gillingham team. So many, so I don't even really think we should be pinpointing them in their team. I think we should go out there and play our game. I like the look of our lineup. Ravenel and Newton and Bell, technically speaking, in terms of rating, is not the strongest midfield three that we could have. But Dido ASMR in that midfield three will hopefully give them the experience they need from this season's nice little run we've had over the last 12 games, unbeaten. John Akinde up front for Gillingham could be a point of particular difficulty for our defence. But I believe in Bamba and I believe in Nottingham and Matthias. So let's get the game out of the way. Straight out wide to the left back. Nottingham picking up the ball, playing it to Slim Jim, who will come forward with it. We're going to play relatively conservatively today, which means there may be more possession attempted, just to make sure we don't completely lose control of the game. It's a good ball out to Newton, who looks for Hamad to overlap. Again, just being cautious, and Matthias playing it to Nottingham now. Dexter Allen's picked up the ball out wide. He'll look to cut it back. Maybe doing a little bit too much with it, but this time finds Jim Bell in the middle, whose touch does let him down. He's not the paciest or the best on the ball, but his passing ability is top class, and hopefully his slightly better defensive abilities over Benjolo will serve us well in this game. A poor pass from Matthias, trying to find Ravenel, which doesn't quite work out, and Slim Jim doing well to hold up the ball there. And Ravenel picks it up in the centre, who lays it off to Matthias. Ravenel potentially seeing the ball through to Bell, but unable to reach him. I don't think Bell actually made the full run, but it's a good opportunity. And Bell now on the ball here, trying to again sprint through the middle. Probably would have been better for a cutback, but good opportunities and pushing and really testing the Gillingham defence to be on their game early on. But here's a possible opportunity. Bamba I thought wasn't going to come out, but safe hands as always from that lad. Nottingham and Ravenel doing well, but Ravenel actually does lose the ball in the and he's got, I have to admit, not much support against three Gillingham wide players, but manages to pick out a handball, I think, in the end. Nottingham playing into Matthias again, just a real lack of support, and it's just a terrible pass, and I have to say, not the greatest link-up play between Newton and Tarek on that left-hand side, but it will come out now finally. Bell playing the ball to Matthias. It's just been a bit scrappy, but there's an opportunity here, and the ball was played out to Dexter Allen rather than anyone in the middle, which is a shame, because that would have been straight through on goal. And again, Dexter Allen maybe just overplaying it slightly, but so are they, and Dexter Allen playing it now to Ravenel. Dido into Jim Bell, who tries to slip through Manasello, who will get onto it in the end, but it's Slim Jim who goes to the header rather than Dexter Allen, which is a shame. Again, just a bit scrappy it seems like in the final third, and it is Gillingham who just launch it upfield with less than 7 minutes until half time. It will be Harrogate Town who get the game underway again. Not many outballs, and it leads to a very risky outball. Ravenel doing his best to get onto it. Jim Bell eventually finding Manasello, and again Ravenel. But Matthias does well to drive the ball forward. Ravenel looking for Dexter Allen, has a lovely pass this time, looking for Manasello in the middle, and the header glances off his head and away for the Gillingham defender, who will do a nice bit of a shimmy to get away from Dido ASMR, but that is probably the best opportunity for both teams all game. And Tarek will try to use his pace to get to Coyle, who can't get there. The ball in is poor, and that is half time. It has been a difficult first half, let's put it that way. We're super scrappy. I would say we are really noticing Ravenel, and Bell maybe doesn't have the match sharpness just yet. I'm going to bring off Bell, who actually hasn't been bad at all. I think it's literally just match sharpness at the moment, because Bell has had some great games in the league over the past 2 months, and I do think that just the mobility of Benjolo in centre midfield could give us a bit of an edge at the moment, because it just seems that although Jim Bell does offer better defensive capabilities, I think we've shown that we can hold them off quite capably, and Benjolo now will look out wide to Dexter Allen and Manasello, trying to slip it through for Dexter Allen, but they weren't really on the same wavelength. Once again, that's kind of been a sticking point for us this game. It has been just the sharpness on the ball, it's been the quality of passes that have let us down, and again just looking for Akinde with that outball, Hamad with a lovely tackle, and now looking for Dexter Allen out wide. It comes to Benjolo first, who will look to come forward with the ball. Nice bit of play with Manasello, and now chips the ball over. It's a lovely pass, but unfortunately cut out. But it's another very poor pass by them. Try to slip it through to Manasello, but goes to Benjolo, and another really poor pass by Ravenel. First time attempted, and then looking for Tarek with the outball. A lovely bit of play, Tarek. Now to Newton. Can he find someone at the back post? It's Dexter Allen, who rose beautifully like a salmon out of the river. But it just flashes wide. That is a real shame. I thought that was going to just flash into the back of the net, but not to be this time. The game is restarted. It comes to Dylan Newton, who will look for Manasello. It's a wonderful pass to Manasello, who may look into the centre now, looking for Benjolo, and it's come off the Gillingham defender, it looks like. Dido ASMR to take this corner. centre there. And I think Harrogate Town will make their first change. Okay, so let's bring off. I think we could do with Carradine that physical presence in the middle on for Dido ASMR. And let's bring off Manicello for the very much in form Jack Lyons. Manicello is also in form, but a slight macho sharpness advantage for Jack Lyons. Get him to press the first defender as much as possible. So we made all, relatively speaking, attacking changes. It's a good ball out wide to Graham once again. Matthias trying to slide in, but unsuccessfully. Not a huge amount of support for them there. A lovely sliding tackle by Slim Jim. I really, really want us to win this game. Desperately want us to get through to the next round where we'll potentially playing against Premier League opposition. Carradine managing to find the pass. It's a great ball into Jack Lyons. What an absolutely exceptional finish from Jack Lyons as substitute. What a goal. I think it was a ball in the end by Dexter Allen. Wonderful bit of play between Carradine and Dexter Allen, and probably the most acrobatic finish I have seen from a Harrogate Town player this season. An absolutely wonderful, wonderful goal. Gillingham Town, without doubt, did not see that happening. Jack Lyons' first goal in the FA Cup, and he's going absolutely mad with the crowd who are just, I mean, there's limbs everywhere. Limbs absolutely everywhere around the stadium as we go 1-0 up against Gillingham Town. Unbelievable. I have to say, Gillingham haven't yet, touch wood, of course, they haven't done anything too worrying. They've had good passes, they've had good bits of interchange. It's a great ball into the middle though, and it will come out now for Carradine, whose physical presence will make him apparently very easy to tackle in the end. So yeah, they've won the ball back, and Graham now will look to push forward. He will not straight away put it in, but Matthias, and it's a turn on the ball by Benjolo, who sets Allen away. He's got tons of space in front of him. He just tries to drive into the area. It's a good bit of play. Carradine again looking for Jack Lyons, but unable to find him this time, and Benjolo will try to press his man. There's a lovely bit of defensive play by Benjolo, and Bamba will just calmly bring it out. But again, a lack of support, but Dylan Newton does well. And Jack Lyons just trying to force his way through the defence, unable to do so though. Gillingham starting to look a little bit more dangerous. They're doing well to find Akinde through our quite defensive midfield block. Carradine with a very poor touch, but it's come through to Jack Lyons all the same, and that is 2-0. He's not missing from there. That is game, set and match for Harrogate Town. Carradine and Jack Lyons making a huge difference off the bench in the final 20 minutes. It was a poor touch by Carradine, but still manages to find his way to Jack Lyons, who finishes absolutely beautifully. I mean, the goalkeeper's nowhere near it. He may as well have stood absolutely still on his line, because Jack Lyons has just put us 2 goals ahead in the FA Cup. His brace off the bench. He's only been on the field for about, not even half an hour now. What a performance that is from these 2 guys. Of course, don't forget Dexter Allen and Benjolo. Benjolo also came off the bench, remember. Absolutely no shame for the guys who had to come off to make way for these guys. They did exceptionally well to control the match to some degree in the first half, and to allow these lads to come on with fresh legs and make a huge difference in the second half. At the moment, of course, we've got a couple minutes left, 3 minutes of added time, but we could potentially have well, are we? I thought for a second there we might have let it go. say it tentatively, fairly confidently. Super happy with that game. Dexter Allen's miss on the 60th minute almost. I thought it was a goal. After that, I thought it was in, but after a couple of changes, apparently Bob Matias's miss after the corner as well. It was a completely open header, but he spooned it right over the bar. And like a breeze block, clearly. But then only 6 minutes later, Jack Lyons, after some wonderful play out wide, just a beautiful ball in from Dexter Allen to find the acrobatic leg of Jack Lyons. I love how Carradine just decides, yeah, look, you take this, you whip it in, you've got the ability to cross the ball, mate. And what a goal that is from Jack Lyons, audacious attempt. And that was followed up not 25 minutes later after a fortunate ball through from Carradine, and just an emphatic finish from Jack Lyons, using his pace to get away from the defender. Chuk, boom, into the back of the net, 2-0, game, set and match. Guys, I am over the moon with that. Let's check the player ratings in the end. Yeah, it is 2 goals and a half an hour man of the match performance from Jack Lyons. Dexter Allen with an 8.0. The back line, nothing below 7.2 there, including the goalkeeper Bamba on 8.1. Ravanel did well, I have to be honest. Did well for himself with a 7.1, considering his overall rating. That is very impressive. Bell with a 6.1. I think he struggled. I think it was mainly due to the match fitness and probably my decision mostly to get him to push forward as much as possible. So you see 5 dribbles attempted in that first half with 3 completed. His match instructions were to push forward, which is more of Benjo Lowe's game. But tell you what, all the same, a clean sheet and a 2-0 win in the FA Cup. I can't wait to see who we're going to be playing. So I've actually got a lot to tell you about now, guys, regarding the players and the contracts and how people have improved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get through most of this and then set us up for a bit of a rundown. So we've actually had our first loan offer for one of the players. Nipar Dinvar has been requested for loan, and we're going to send him off to Cracovia. I don't actually know where Cracovia are, but you're going there, mate. Enjoy. We'll see you at the end of the season, I think, unless it's a particularly short-term loan. But guys, it looks like we may be transferring some of you guys away, purely because I think that we are wasting your talents, and I don't want to see you guys just stagnate at like a 50 overall. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the development of each of the players, how much people have improved. But some of you with very, very low appearances may be leaving, and this includes Lucid ASMR, Mega Kiepen, Mighty Joe, Josh Brennan, and potentially Nipar Dinvar, but we'll be keeping the rest of you. I think John Boyle, you may need to go as well, but I'm not so sure just yet. We will see. Let me know if I've named any of you guys just then. Let me know what you think. Is this really disappointing? Would you prefer to just stay? Of course, the decision is in your hands, but as you can see, the number of games you guys have played is it just makes it very hard for you guys to really improve. As you can see, Lucid, you've gone up by 2, Mega Kevin 1, Mighty Joe 1, Brennan 1, Dinfar 1, really Indiana Flynn 1, Andrew and Boyle 1, but Flynn, at least you've played a few games, and Boyle, so have you. The only problem is your ability to actually improve if you're not playing games. So yeah, just let me know. Just let me know if that's alright with you. If you don't respond, perhaps I will just let you go in the next transfer window, and we will keep up to date with how you perform at your new club. So guys, what we're going to do now is check all of our positions. So we're through to the second round of the Papa John's Trophy, which is kind of the small lower league trophy, I think up to League 1. We're not obviously in the Carabao Cup anymore. We are, however, into round 3 of the FA Cup, although it's not been announced just yet, so perhaps in the next episode we'll be playing in round 3, depends who we play against. It might be someone super easy, but this is what is particularly important. League 2, after 2 months of just incredible play, miraculously we find ourselves flying high in 3rd place. We've not lost in 12 matches. I think something like 7 or 8 wins, with the rest being draws. But you know what, we're barely conceding goals, maybe 1 every 2 or 3 games. But we're scoring between 2 and 3 every game now. Generally speaking, we are 6 points clear into the playoffs at least, which is super good. Whether or not we can hold on to 3rd position, I don't know. We could even go on to win it if we improve even more, but and the teams above us continue to drop points. I see that Barrow recently lost their game to Tranmere, but it's so tight at the top, and we're going to have to really just become more consistent than we already are if we're going to finish in the automatic promotion spots, I think. But we've done well, so what I think we're going to do now is we're going to go to the squad hub and check you guys out. So first of all, I would like to just have a look at how you guys have improved. So the changes in your overall rating. We'll start with Leo Bamber, who's been, I would say, our best goalkeeper this season. Overall, yeah, he's gone from 60 to 61, which is not the biggest improvement, but yeah, getting there. Gandalf, also a single improvement. Biggest has been Hislop, who's gone up to 61 and is now level with Bamber. But Bamber, I think, still has the edge. He's 6'9". He also has particularly high individual stats like diving, although he is at a disadvantage for some of the things like kicking and pace, but not hugely so. But I do think that Bamber is the better player. So, moving on, left back, Tarek, best left back for sure. He's up to 59 overall now, followed by OSRS, and Priyash, who has improved significantly to 57. I'd say we may need to get one of these left backs out on loan. We may need to sell one, but at the moment we're rotating relatively well. Centre back, well, undoubtedly Liam Nottingham is our best centre back. He's the best player in the team. He is the skipper. Recently scored his first goal for the club as well, which I was very happy to see. And he's doing super well. Very well indeed. I've got him training as a ball playing defender, if that's okay. But yeah, doing super well. Matthias up to already as well, and almost at 61. So he is doing super well. His pace in defence is super useful. He's followed by Boyle, although I just don't get much gameplay out of John Boyle. The reason being, I think his lack of pace and ability on the ball really hinders him. But, you know, he's improved by 1 point. Perhaps he'll get some more game time. Benny Mano is actually probably my 3rd choice at the moment. Alongside Will Brister, really, they're my 3rd and 4th choices. Benny Mano improving well, 2 points up. Mega Kevin, I think, will be leaving at in January, but he's up 1 point. Will Brister also up 2 points. Slim Jim is my first team right back. His pace is super good. At least it feels like it's really quick. Same as Tarek, just kind of on the other side, but yeah, he's really good. Puts some good crosses into the box, and he's a bit like a terrier, if you know what I mean. Always snapping at the heels of the winger. They got Lucid Dickle, or Lucid ASMR, probably needs to leave in the transfer window, I think, but we will see. Bubazuga is my backup right back, and he's been improving well as well, up 2 points, the same as Lucid. Technically the same as Slim Jim, really. It just feels like Slim Jim's improving quick for some reason. we've seen. Andres Ravenel up 2 points. He does need to really improve a bit quicker, but already 2 up is not too bad. I wonder if we can actually that looks a bit better maybe with the sharpness. That could be quite useful to see how much you guys have been playing recently. Green doing well, up 2 points. Not the most consistent attacking talent, but certainly good on the ball, which is really useful and absolutely always part of the build-up play. Very, very strong on the ball. Newton is the backup, he's up 2 points as well, doing well. Does need to get into that 60 overall range though to start. Benjo low up to 62 overall. Class player, probably, I would say, one of the best natural on-the-ball players. His dribbling's only 54, but it's a combination of everything that makes him super well-rounded and a quality central midfielder with a bit of attacking flair. Dinfar just isn't getting the game time really. He may need to go out. Well, he's technically going out on loan, but depending on how that goes, we may need to sell him afterwards. We will see. Caradinho from the Chinese Taipei is just brilliant. Really, really good. An amazing player off the bench, and I think he will be pushing for a first team place towards the back end of the season, depending how things go. Super good. Very, very useful physically. Jim Bell just starting to make his way into the starting lineups. He's played a few games off the bench and in the starting lineup, doing well. Didn't perform brilliantly against Gillingham, but that was mainly, I think, due to his lack of sharpness. Lund, he's up 4 points, technically the most out of anyone, and that's because he requested I change it from a central midfielder to a central attacking midfielder, which shot him up from 55 overall to 60 overall. Sorry, from 56 to 60 overall. And he's been brilliant. Yeah, very quick player, relatively good on the ball, and yeah, he's been scoring goals for fun now. Really pushing Dido ASMR in that attacking midfield position. Jordan Carter up a point. Faster player. I play him through the middle and out wide. He's quite good. Dido ASMR up to 60 overall now, and yeah, these two, Tom Lund, Dido ASMR, and really Caradinho are pushing for that central attacking midfield spot every single game. But Dido ASMR is still technically my first team choice, I would say, purely because of how good he is technically on the ball. Timmy T pushing on that right hand side is a good backup to Dexter Allen. Dexter Allen himself is up 3 overall and doing super well. He's got a great pass on him, and that's what makes him so useful. We saw him with that cracking cross for the first goal against Gillingham. Indiana Flynn played every so often here and there, is improving slowly but surely. Josh Brennan, Mighty Joe, together I would say these guys are probably going to have to go out on a long-term loan, or I may even have to sell them. Sorry guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Dodo Manasello up 2 points, probably the best natural finisher in our team. I'm sure that these guys will have things to say about that, but he really is he's got such a great shot on him. Jack Lyons is, I think, the fastest. Well, Manasello is technically faster, but Jack Lyons just seems so fast off the mark. Apparently Manasello is quicker off the mark as well, but I don't know, maybe it's just the way it feels. But Manasello as well is quick. But these guys together, I think Manasello and Lyons, the best strikers at the club. Johnson is a good impact sub. One sharpness makes it look like he never plays, but he does play here and there. Maybe he needs to go out on loan as well. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just going to run through the stats and allow you to take a look at them yourself. I'll order them in terms of apps. The highest Nottingham with 28, then Dido ASMR, Everett and Allen, and then Slim Jim and Benjo Lace. Hardly surprising. These guys are mainstays in the team almost. Goals, highest goals with Manasello with 8 in 20, Jack Lyons 5 in 19, and then Dido ASMR might seem like very low goals, but there's so much rotation that a lot of these appearances are off the bench. Assists, 6 for Benjo, low. Johnson as well. He goes, he's played 14 games, not actually that bad. And then the rest are kind of split amongst everyone. Clean sheets, an important indicator, of course. Dido ISMR with the most, technically, which is strange to see, but then Slim Jim and Nottingham with 10, showing that they are really, really important defensive players for us. Okay, so I've given everyone a new contract pretty much, except for I think the 3 or 4 guys I told you about who I might let go on a free transfer if I'm unable to secure a transfer in January for them. But I would now quite like to show you guys the other players in the game who aren't playing for Harrogate Town. So if we take a look at other teams, we could start to run through. I don't know if we have any for Wimbledon. We do not. Stanley, I don't know. We'll just run through, and if we see any players with capital letters, we'll know to take a look at them. So firstly, looking at Bolton Wanderers, Harvey Jones, unfortunately 0 games for you. You may need to find a new team. Lionel Ronaldo and Reece Jones, only a few games between you. It's a shame, but your contracts do end at the end of this season, I believe, at these clubs respectively. So hopefully you can find a new club that will play you. Bastian Morales, though, you've played plenty of matches, 20 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 clean sheets, and overall rating that's not actually that bad, 63. That's probably why you're playing so many games. Doing very, very well actually. I'm going to continue to order this by position, makes it a bit easier, but Liam Hams, only 3 games unfortunately. And Matthew Mahiga in centre back, also only 3 games, but remember you guys are only 18 years old, so there's plenty of games ahead of you. No one at Cambridge United. Carlisle, I know we have some people. Yeah, Camino, 2 games, not great. Big man, 13 games, that's pretty good. 2 goals and 3 assists from attacking midfield. And I feel got Badman, 4 games at centre back. I wish we could actually see. Oh, we can see your overall. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll do that quickly. You guys can have a look at some of the attributes if you want. Or maybe I'll just do an individual episode so you guys have a proper look. Bob McDonnell at Cheltenham, 3 games. Patrick Dooley, 9 games on right wing, not too bad. And Daniel Fisher, 3 games, or 5 games even, attacking midfield. Louis Midgley, yet to play for Colchester. ASMR go to 3 games. And that seems like that's it, only 2 of you there. Which is surprising, usually it's 3. ASMR Zamora at Crawley Town, 6 games, played 1 goal. If you guys like the look of any of these players, by the way, let me know and I'll try and buy them. We've got plenty of money. Adam Healy, 1 game. Dan Hobson, 8 games. 63 overall, Dan Hobson. Bloody good going, eh? Exeter City, I don't know if we have anyone here. I don't think we do. Forest Green Rovers, we definitely have a few. Bryce Job, we actually played against him the other day. Doing well, 62 overall. Ryan Paredes, else was there? Cambridge had nobody. Carlisle, Camido. Not doing too well. It's 56, big man. 52, yeah, struggling, have to say. And Phil got bad man. It's 60 overall. Pretty good. Take a look at Bob McDonnell. Patrick Dooley. And is there one more? Daniel Fisher. And I think we've probably looked at everyone else, haven't we? Like I said though, it might be worth us doing a proper video on all of these guys to really take a look at all of their attributes. I mean, Omar Zamora looks pretty good. Dan Hobson, 63 overall. Bloody hell, look how quick he is. That is ridiculous. God, I'd love to have him in my team. Anyway, guys, I hope that gives you a decent little overview, and I've shown you most of what I wanted to show you and told you most of what I wanted to tell you. But yeah, we're doing so well. We are doing so well. I hope that you're enjoying this series as well. I obviously don't really get the opportunity to ask, given the fact that I do a kind of role play at the start of these videos, but feel free to leave a like. It does help out the channel quite a lot. But either way, guys, I'll see you very shortly for the next video, where I expect we'll be playing the third round of the FA Cup, whoever that's against, which I'll probably find out in the next episode. You'll find out at the start of next episode. So, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.